more of the Hustlers Talk podcast. I am your host with no nails on today. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm just kidding. I am your host today, Skylar, also known as Unika Moore. And without further ado, we're going to introduce Chef Michael. He is the CEO of Sweet Tooth Cheesecakes. Who don't like cheesecakes? The holidays is coming up. Like, what? Clock it. Make sure you
Man,
follow, tap in, and get your cheesecakes. Okay. All right. So, hi, Michael. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad to be here. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Where are you located?
Located in Missouri City, Texas. So I'm
Okay.
right on the outskirt of Houston, Texas. So we still a part of Houston, really.
Right. So it's really Houston, but you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Houston is an hour away from itself.
Okay. 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 So let's get into it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So first, we're gonna do an icebreaker. So the icebreaker is gonna be two questions, and this is kind of to just break the ice, get us a little bit more comfortable, so we can kind of feel a little bit more comfortable with each other asking these
Okay.
questions and talking and stuff. Okay. All right. So the first question is, if your personality was a cheesecake flavor, what would it be and why?
If I had to pick a cheesecake to match my personality, I would
Yes.
say it would be my Mona Lisa cheesecake. That's an Italian cream cheesecake.
Mm.
The reason I would pick that one is because the my Mona Lisa, just like the picture itself, is a work of art,
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay. Okay. So well, I don't really know all the flavors of cheesecake, right? So to be honest, I know that there is um like strawberry cheesecake. You know, they have like the little strawberry one. They have like a chocolate chip, a chocolate, a regular.
Right.
I think
So
those
there's
are like,
there's a plethora of different flavors, but me and what I specialize in cheesecake. So I make the New York style, like the OG. You were talking about the strawberry. That's the cheesecake with a graham cracker crust and
right.
strawberries on top. So we'll call that one the OG. But
Okay.
my cheesecakes as well, I do that one, and then I have my signature cheesecake, which is a 5-layer cheesecake. 3 layers of cake, 2 layers of cheesecake. You ain't gonna find that one nowhere.
Okay, so I know you do like deliveries and stuff because I'm in Vegas, right? But I definitely I'm thinking like the holidays,
Definitely.
maybe put something together. Okay, so if I would compare myself to a cheesecake like my personality, um, I don't know. I probably would just do like a strawberry one. I know that's just like so regular, but I would just say strawberry because
And
it's
I,
like
I would
sweet.
say, because you seem like real bubbly and energetic, I would probably say my Nikki, which is a strawberry cheesecake, but it's 3 layers of strawberry cake, 2 layers of cheesecake, topped with fresh glazed strawberries.
Okay. Yes, y'all heard it. So you see what the personality you said it's my Nikki?
It's called Nikki.
Yes, Nikki.
Kind of
Okay.
like like
It's
like
in
Prince,
me.
my darling Nikki.
Okay, yes. All right, perfect. So this next question is really, really interesting. So if you were hosting a dinner party and you got to invite three hustlers, they could be dead or alive. Who are you inviting and what are you serving them?
I can only pick three.
Only three, only three. And this
Okay.
is like the first party, so there'll be like a plethora of more,
The
but this is
first
like the
party,
first party.
right? This is the intro. Everybody else can come later. It's gonna be,
Right.
but the buzz is gonna catch on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, First, I honestly I would say Jay Z, um, just because of the person he is, where he came from, and the business goals and the things that he has set forth, even right now, the things that he's invested in, right? So I
Okay.
think he has a great business mind. Secondly, I would say Damon John. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
I'm not.
That was the owner of Fubu, who is now on Shark Tank, right?
Okay, okay.
So with him having Fubu, you know, going through all he did to get it started, kind of like the rise and fall of that, and then to be on Shark Tank and invest in other small businesses to actually keep them from hitting some of the pitfalls he did.
Right, right,
So
right.
I would definitely love to I would love to sit down with him. And my third being from Houston, my third is kind of is a tie. So it would be Bun B as well as Slim Thug.
Okay.
And if you're not
Okay.
familiar with them, if you're not familiar with Bun B of UGK, it was a group, UGK, Bun B and Pimp C.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bun B has a restaurant called Trill Burger.
Oh,
So his burgers are good and is getting, a whole lot of attention. But because, especially coming from, the Houston area, and being who he is, rapper, and then now, going into this businessman of, a venture of restaurants, like I would love to pick his brain about that in that
right.
transition.
Okay.
As well as Slim Thug, who is also another Houston rapper. But he also from rapping. He also has like his own construction company to where
Okay.
he helps build affordable homes, right?
Okay.
So just to sit down with them to again to talk to them about how they made that transition because even selling records is a business as well. You have to market
Absolutely.
yourself and
Right.
then taking that same kind of strategy and putting it to something else that you have really no idea about and making
Right.
that work.
Okay. What would you serve them to eat?
Now that Uh, okay, so for those three men, I would honestly say the original, the New York style cheesecake.
Okay.
Especially with, you know, Jay being from New York, but because that is to me the OG of cheesecakes, right? Most
Right.
people think of cheesecake, you think of the New York style, cheesecake with a crust and strawberries on top. And to
Right.
me,
Right.
those three are like the OGs of their game and the lane they in. So I would serve that.
Okay. That's I like that answer. And those are some very interesting people. Okay, so it kind of gives us a dig into kind of like, what you like, what you pay attention to and stuff like that.
Definitely.
So that was fun. That was fun. That was kind of interesting. Okay. So now we're gonna get into the main questions. I
Okay.
already asked you where you were from, so we know you're from Texas. Okay, this has nothing to do. This is completely off topic, but I definitely think that we should collab. I am a music artist myself. And, maybe we can kind of get together and like come up with a recipe or something. And I can have like a cheesecake named after me or something, and we can
Hey,
kind of put something
let's
together.
work on it.
Okay,
I'm all with it.
absolutely. Okay, so since I do know you're from Texas already, the question that I'm going to kind of tweak the question a little bit, and I'm just
Okay.
going to ask you what inspired you to start Sweet Tooth Cheesecakes.
It's hard to find a decent cheesecake. So if you're like a cheesecake connoisseur, you love cheesecake, like at the point in time where I got started, it was really hard for me to find a good cheesecake. And one of the places that I found, I ended up being maybe about an hour and a half away from it. So
Mhm.
trying to find something closer that matched it was hard to do. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this on my own.
Right, right. So that's how it started, just trying to find the perfect cheesecake. You knew that it was hard and nothing was really fitting your taste buds. So you like, you know what, let me go ahead and perfect this and make it.
Right.
So now, we can stop the madness. We got some good
Right.
cheesecake
So
going around. Okay,
and
absolutely.
that's how it started. Because I wanted it for me. It wasn't necessarily to make for everybody else. That's just what it grew into.
Right. Talking about I just need it for me. And look, so now for the holidays, you about to have a lot of orders because I'm gonna do some crazy promo. Like, what? Who doesn't like sweets? Like I wake up in the middle of the night and I have a sweet tooth. And sometimes I don't want like a chocolate chip cookie. Sometimes I don't want ice cream, but you kind of just want something just like a little, you could literally have a cheesecake, a slice of it, and just take like a little piece and just like and be good.
Exactly.
You
And
know?
that's the reason why, for the most part, like weekends, at least Friday, Saturday, we're open till like 11:30 at night. While other bakeries are closed, we still going.
Not open. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Okay, so being a pastry chef takes patience and precision. Okay.
All right.
So, how do you balance your creativity and consistency with your recipes?
Creativity, I would say for the most part, was making cakes. It generally comes from the things that I remember most, like most of my flavors, like kind of childhood, right? My dreamsicle cheesecake is. If you ever had like a dreamsicle push pop as a kid,
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
that's where that flavor that me thinking of it kind of came from. Um,
Yeah.
and then other flavors I may get from a couple of customers or friends, right? But the creativity part, as far as thinking about it, it's got to be something that I feel like is is missing. Like I make a tres leches cheesecake.
Oh my God.
Oh, right. So you'll think of a tres leches cake and be like, oh yeah, that's good. But you rarely see a tres leches cheesecake, right?
Okay, now we're gonna
So
pause for a second and we're gonna clock that tea. I didn't even think that it was possible to make a tres leches cheesecake. I never even thought about it. But do you know my favorite cake in real life is a tres leches cake? I will go to the Mexican market and get a slice of tres leches cake just to eat, just because.
right. And then I
So
just
tres
combined it
leches
with the
cheesecake?
right. I just made the best combo in the world, right?
So maybe
So
like a peach cobbler cheesecake. Is that possible or something?
it is that one is possible.
Okay. All
So
right.
that's with
So
like the creativity part. So the as far as like the patience and working with that, like or consistency, I have to, you know, finding a good recipe, making it a few times. So the first time is just so I can get the feel of the cake, right? Because
right.
I like a tres leches cake as well, but I haven't really made one. So I'm like, let me
Hmm.
make one. So in making it, just getting the consistency of that cake for the first time. The
Right.
second time that I make it is more so like, okay, let me tweak this to my perfection.
Yeah.
By that third time, it's perfected. It's a home run by the third time, and
Okay.
then at that part, I'm telling people, hey, I got a new cake. I got a new cake on deck. Come try it. Let me know. I just need feedback.
Okay. Okay. So this is I love like interviews and podcasts like this because literally it's like so natural because what you just said goes into my next question. So my next question is what is the most unique or unexpected cheesecake flavor you created and how did people react to it? So you literally were just saying that like you reach out to people and be like, "Hey, taste this, the new flavor." So what
Right.
is the craziest flavor and what was the feedback you got back from it?
So I'm not gonna say it's the craziest flavor, but one
Or
request I
unique?
got. Right. Well, I mean, it still goes hand in hand, like crazy and unique, but it's something that I never thought of. I got a good friend. Grew up together. His name Brandon. So if you're seeing this, man, this your shout out. But
Okay. Shout out.
he he suggested a red velvet Oreo cheesecake. Right. And when people ask for things, because I have my standard flavors, and then because I do a red velvet cheesecake, so it's just three
Yeah.
layers of red velvet, two layers of original cheesecake. So he was like, "I like this cheesecake, but what about a red velvet Oreo?"
Oh my
In my mind, I'm like,
goodness.
uh, I'll make it for me. This is what you want. You're paying for it. Cool.
Right.
But after making it, like putting it together and seeing it, and then once he cut it, because I'm like, hey, because this is the first cake, so I'm not about to cut your cake. So I need a picture of it cut so I can see the inside.
Right. Right.
Once he cut the cake, because it's red velvet cake and the cheesecake is black and white, right? Because it's Oreos in it. So it looks like Cruella de Vil's coat, right? So the name of that cheesecake is called Cruella de Vil. But
Okay.
he suggested that flavor. I made the cake. And once I did that, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make this cake again because it looks so good. I made it again and I did a taste test. Everyone loved it. So I had to figure out a name. So I actually did a contest, right? Where I had people name that cake.
Okay.
I can't remember what the second runner up is, but I had another friend who suggested Cruella de Vil, and that one won off top. Everybody was like, "Yeah, Cruella de Vil."
Oh my gosh. So I am looking at the comments like as we're talking. So I see people in the comments that are saying we got to take a trip to Houston
Come
just
on
for that
down.
cheesecake. Okay. Right. And then do like another show and tell interview. Like I'm so with it because what?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Get that. Like I said, that one there, just the aesthetics when people see it. When they the outside looks great because it's like a red velvet cake, but once they see the layers in the inside, like the red and the black and white,
Right.
it's a wrap. It's a
Oh my
wrap.
goodness. And that even
It,
sounds like it's gonna look so pretty.
it does. It does.
So
It's
just
like my
imagine if you do like a cheesecake for like a birthday party and like the theme is like Dalmatian, Corella Deville, then you can like have the cheesecake and then you could have like the little Corella Deville, like the little puppies like around it and stuff like
right.
that. Yes, yes,
it
yes.
it goes hand in hand.
Right. Okay, so let's kind of get into the business. So many hustlers hit roadblocks, right? You know, trying to like up and run your business and things like that. So, what is one challenge you faced early in your journey and how did you overcome it?
Can you see me? Okay. It went
We kind
black.
of like,
Okay. Let me know when you're back. You
I'm back.
good?
I
Okay.
am, yes.
All right. So one of the hardest roadblocks that I've ever had to get over, and I'm just getting over it in a sense, right?
Okay.
I'm getting a handle on it, I'll say, is time management.
Oh,
So, and with you having your pocket, this is your own business. So when you work for somebody else, your time is 9 to 5, 6 to 3, whatever it is. If they want you to work overtime, you have the choice to say, okay, I'll stay, or
right.
I
Yeah,
don't, I
no,
don't know
I'm
y'all
out.
like that. I'm going home. I done did my time. I'm
Right,
done.
right.
When you have your own business, anybody who's wanted to start their own business, I hope you pay attention to this part because when you have your own business, you are the person who has to be the master of time. You're either going to be one or two things most of the time starting out. You're either going to be on the side of it's my business, it'll get done when it get done, right?
Right.
Or you'll be on the side of this is my business. If I don't do it, it's not going to get
You
done.
will. Right.
So I'm been on the side of if I don't do it, it's not going to get done.
Right.
So I'm constantly running from 12 to 12. Like there's no shut off, right? So the hard part is when you're working for somebody else, you have time for work, and then you have time once you're off, you got to spend with your family or
Right.
your leisure activities. You have time. When you work for yourself, you have to make that time and try your best to divide it evenly, right? So it's hard for me to be the chef and bake and do everything else behind the scenes that need to get done, right? So my business partner actually helped me get a handle on time. So
Yes.
without that, I literally would still probably be running like a chicken with my head cut off because if I don't do it, it ain't gonna get done. And I would
Right.
also say, just being a business owner, you have to be able to let certain things go and delegate because you can't do everything. You want to, but you can't.
Okay. Well, I definitely can understand you there because my life is so busy and it seems as though, like 24 hours in a day is really starting to seem like maybe 12 hours. Like I find myself going to sleep. I try during the week to go to sleep like at 8:39, but it doesn't really happen. I find myself actually falling asleep like 12:31 and then I
Right.
wake up at like 5:30 and then I'm just on the go. So between like school and being a mom, being a wife, running our media business, doing the podcast, like it's so much and I'm just like going, 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 going. Or I'm like, I can hurry up and do this and then I like lollygag and then I'm pressed for time where I'm pressured up because it's just like now you should have started a little bit earlier, kind of like today. But
Right.
we're here.
Okay, I
But no, I
understand.
definitely
You just
understand
gotta
that. So
learn
time management is so
to
important.
delegate. You have to delegate. You have to, like, again, we try our best to handle everything ourselves because we in our minds and in the things that the way we do things, we're like, I have to constantly I'm gonna have to tell somebody how to do it.
Right.
right? Okay, you're not doing it the way that I would do it, but certain things you have to let go. You got to let somebody else delegate. That way, you
Right.
have time to take care of everything else that you need to do.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So that answer kind of answered my next question, which was going to be, how do you keep your passion alive on days when running a business feels tough?
I would say the toughest days are days when it's, to me, so-called slow, right?
Hmm.
Those days, and then the days where like the holidays are super busy. But what keeps me going, honestly, because it's a passion. It's not a to me, it's not a job, right? Again, like when you work in somebody else's job and they say, "Hey, can you stay for overtime?"
Hmm.
You have the right to say yes or no. Like with this is my own. You have to self motivate. You have to keep yourself going because you're the only person who can put gas in you when you're on E, right?
Yeah.
So to me, it's not a job. This is what I love to do. So on days when it's slow, when I'm like, okay, I have everything done, I have nothing to do, you know, I could just go home, or let me just call it a day.
Right.
I'll still stay and you know keep my DoorDash on. I have DoorDash that operates from my home. They pick up from me, so I still try to keep myself motivated. And then on holidays when I'm super busy and super tired, like the end result is people getting what they want, right?
Right.
So even if I have nothing going on at all that day, only have one order for DoorDash that goes out, or one person came to pick up a cheesecake. At the end of the day, the result is the cheesecake getting to that customer.
Right.
So at the end of the day, that is the reward. That still happens, whether it's one customer or whether it's 500 for the day. The end goal is somebody new or even a returning customer getting cheesecake.
Right. A returning customer. I know that's right. I cannot wait to taste your cheesecakes. Like I'm so excited. Like I'm trying to like calm down my inner fat girl, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Okay, so we're gonna get into our next question. Collaboration is big when it comes to hustling, right? So have you partnered with any other chefs, brands, businesses to push Sweet Tooth cheesecakes forward?
Man, I definitely have. Being here in Houston, I've had my share of collaborations that actually help excel my business and my cakes. Um, I had my cheesecakes in a bakery. Tammy Allen is a renowned wedding cake maker, and she's big here in Houston. And her and her daughter opened up a dessert bakery aside from her wedding cakes, and it was called Any Many Desserts. And they had my cheesecakes featured in their bakery. So
Okay.
it did right. It did well there. So that was one. There's also like a food content creator here in Houston. His name is Bless the Belly. He
Bless the
goes
belly with a
honestly,
cheesecake.
he goes all around. So he actually created a song that I told him like, you know, every hustler needs a theme music, and he created one for me, right? So I have Bless the Belly who created my own theme song about cheesecakes, and even on TikTok, the people have used that song for their own videos, but that was created for me, right? So
Okay. I need to go
shout
look
out,
that up
shout out to
because I'm
Bless,
gonna
yeah.
attempt to make a cheesecake and I'm gonna use the song now. It's probably not gonna look like yours, but you know.
Yeah, but bless the belly for sure. And I had them in a couple of other restaurants that closed down that are no longer here. But I did have them in a couple of other restaurants as well. And I would say one of the biggest collaborations, especially during the pandemic, which helped me get to where I'm at, propel me to where I'm at, was Chef Willie. He created something called the Masked Baker during the pandemic. So while everything is shut down, he created a show to showcase bakers' talents, right?
Yeah.
And in that show in 2020, it came out. It was, I believe, I want to say maybe out of 20 bakers, and then it dwindled down to 10. They narrowed it down to 10. Excuse me. And then they had the live showing, and I came in. I think it was actually maybe about 15 they narrowed it down to, but I came in 6th place. I came in right out
Okay.
of the top 5, right? And this was in 2020. And then, from there, he continued the Mads Baker show. And I want to say in 2022, he was hosting his final one. And I actually won that competition. I'm the only man to win that competition, one. And then two, it was the Tres Leches cheesecake that
Baby, look,
gave
listen.
me that award-winning cheesecake. So shout out to Chef Willie and then the Mass Baker. And
Shout out
because
to the
that
Tres
definitely helped.
Leches cheesecake. Like
That too, right?
anybody that is in Texas that is going to see this video that is tapping in, listen to me. If you have not already, because I know I'm sending a few people, make sure y'all check out the cheesecakes, Sweet
Come on
Tooth
down.
cheesecakes, because I need one of y'all to taste the Tres Leches cake for me and tell me how it is. Okay, because when me and the girls take a trip to Houston, baby.
Right? And then I
Yes.
have like right now on my menu is a Tres Leches banana cheesecake. So it's like a banana pudding cheesecake, but it's with the Tres Leches. Yeah.
You better stop playing, okay? Because I love me a good banana pudding. A banana pudding cheesecake. This is diabolical. This is crazy, okay? Oh my gosh. So, hmm. Okay.
I know the flavors just blow your mind.
Yeah, because I'm just like, what? So I'm trying to think if there's another flavor. I have to think. Okay, so when we collab on this cheesecake, like it's gonna be like so amazing. I don't know because I love good food. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we're going to move forward. And my next question is, in a world where social media drives attention, how do you market your cheesecakes and keep customers coming back for more?
Two things. One, you eat with your eyes, right? So um, when people look at things, they can imagine how it tastes, but if it doesn't look good, it doesn't give people the initial creativity to imagine what it'll taste like. So aesthetically, it has to look good. So you eat with your eyes. So anything that I try to post cake wise, I try to make it like it has to look good. I have to make it look perfect, right?
Right.
So that's one. Two, if you've seen my page, whether the videos or how the pictures and everything is, I have time, but I don't have time for that. Like
Right.
I'm busy cooking and putting everything together, dressing the cakes, yes, but I don't really necessarily have time. So again, that comes back to my business part helping me create time, who
Time,
actually helps
time.
me
Yes.
run the social media part because again, social media, the social part, it helps connect with everybody else, but the media as well is part of the marketing, right?
Right.
So she actually helps with that, creating the videos or having me do certain things to help, draw people in and reaching new customers and followers.
Okay. All righty. What advice would you give someone who wants to turn their passion for food into a full time hustle?
Be overly passionate about it.
Overly
That's
passionate.
that's one because if you're looking to start something for yourself, again, you working for somebody else, you have a set time, right? You're 9 to 5. That's it. Whether you work overtime or not, you that's your set hours. When you work
Right.
for yourself, you work for yourself. You are all day. You are the person creating whatever you're making. You're the person having to go buy everything that you're creating, so all your supplies. You're the person who actually is funding everything. Like you have to have a passion for it because if not, certain things will could kind of kill your energy.
Mm.
So again, even me
So
with
now.
this started out as a passion because I love cheesecake. So
Right. Something for
when
you.
when it got to other people trying it and then saying, "Hey, I want to buy this," and it took off as a business, it really wasn't a job because I love doing it. People ask all the time, like, "Do you eat cheesecake all the time?" I eat it every day. As I make a cake and I'm trimming it, I taste it. I eat cheesecake every
Right.
day. I swear to you, I eat cheesecake every day.
Every
So you
day.
have to love it, right? You have to love it. Secondly, I would say don't look for your family and friends to save you.
Mm. Can you elaborate?
Yes. So when I say that, your family and friends are going to always be there to support you. They're going to give you the best words of encouragement. They're possibly even going to, get you to other people in their circle.
Right.
But that's probably as far as it goes. They're not going to be the ones to constantly buy what you're selling all the time. They're not
Right.
going to
Right.
be the ones to also always want to pay full price. Like, can I get a discount? I'm your friend.
Come on, we
I'm your cousin.
family, we friends, man. Come
You
on.
know, if we have an event going on, every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, hey, you gonna bring a cake this year? Like you gave one for free last year. You gonna do it again this year? Like your family and friends will help you in a sense, but they won't support or sustain the business. Don't
Got
look
you.
for them to carry your business. You're gonna have more people. You're gonna have the people on the outside do more for you than your family and friends ever could. And that's nothing bad or personal about it. But people who don't know you, who try your product, whether it's food or a service, with great customer service and that word of mouth, it will spread a whole lot faster than what your family and friends will ever do. So don't look for your family or friends to save your business.
I absolutely am glad that you elaborated on that, because sometimes you talk to like other chefs, you talk to other people, and I know that there was another interview, but there was like another experience. So when it comes to family and friends and like support and stuff like that, people have different takes and different like outlooks on that like scenario specifically itself. So it's refreshing to kind of hear like a different side where it's just like this is what it is, but it's okay, but just be overly passionate about what you do. So, I really appreciate you for, elaborating on that. And it didn't even come off in a negative context. It's just like, it's okay.
Right.
It's your
And
family and
I
friends. They
wanted
love you.
to
They don't eat it, but,
right. And I definitely want to say because it's nothing negative, but when starting business and in the people I've seen start in fall or still going and sustaining, even doing this because I've been baking my cheese. I've been making my cheesecake since 2005. Right? That's just
Mhm.
making cheesecake. Officially making it a business in 2017. But even
Okay.
during that time, I've had family get cheesecakes, whether they bought it or whether I gave it to them. It's only going to be a certain amount of time that lasts. So that is not taking a dig at them. All the love, I appreciate it. But a lot of it is the things that's going to carry you further are people you don't know.
Mhm.
Your product, again, whether it's a service or food, goes into the hands or gets out to people you don't even know. And
Mhm.
once it hits, certain people, they'll be the ones to come back and look for you or to refer you to somebody else who may need your
Right.
services.
Mhm. No, you're absolutely correct on that. Okay, so we're getting close to the end. I do have two more questions for you. So, we know you are the cheesecake connoisseur, okay? Outside of cheesecakes, what do you enjoy baking or cooking just for yourself?
I this is gonna sound crazy, but I have to start my day with breakfast, right? No matter the time of day, I have to start my day with breakfast.
Okay.
That's just me, right? So I would honestly say something that if I'm cooking, I enjoy cooking grits.
Oh, and I bet you they're
So
so fire.
they're
Okay, question.
they're okay, but I mean I have to have breakfast. So if I'm actually able to be home, I will make some grits.
So, okay, this is my question. In your grits, do you put um
I already
do
know.
you put salt and pepper? Do you put cheese? Do you put sugar? Do you put syrup? Do you
So
mix it with shrimp
it
or fish? Like,
so especially being here from Houston, we can do a good savory grits, right?
hmm
So shrimp and grits always go hard. So a little bit
Yes.
of cheese in the grits, some seasoning, shrimp and grits, catfish and grits. That's a good brunch, lunch, dinner. Like, yeah, that
Right.
always go hard. So
Lunch, dinner.
I can rock with that. You know, like I said, we down here in Houston, so we can actually, shrimp and grits, some good Creole seasoning or some catfish and grits, it goes hard, right? But breakfast, growing up, my dad would always do salt and pepper. So I am accustomed to salt and pepper. But if I had the choice, I'm butter and sugar.
Butter and sugar. Me
I'm butter and
too.
sugar.
Me too. I'm just like, sometimes these people are like, no, sugar does not go on grits. Why not? Yes,
I know
it
that's a big argument, and one of the comedians I follow, Tony Baker, is constantly saying he need his grits savory. So I get it. I understand if the savory is gonna be it's gonna be after I had my breakfast. So breakfast is butter and sugar. After that, we can do shrimp and grits.
You heard it, y'all. Sugar goes in grits. Period. We're not about to argue about it no more. It's said and done. Okay?
Right?
Sugar goes in grits. And then after that, then we can have some catfish or some shrimp and grits. But in the beginning, the initial, maybe butter and sugar for the win.
Right.
Okay? All righty. So let's get into our last question. My question for you is, in 5 years, where do you see Sweet Tooth cheesecakes? Do you see like nationwide? Do you see storefronts? Do you see like what do you see in 5 years?
5 years, hopefully before. Um, I see us in grocery stores and I
Mm,
see us shipping. Storefront, yes, but before even a storefront, which is why I'm working on systems, getting everything in place. So I would love to be in a storefront, and I would, it's going to get there. But being in a grocery store and starting to ship that way, it can get directly to everybody else who wants it.
yes. Mm-hmm. But what? Okay, so what grocery stores do you guys have out there? Because when they get in the grocery stores there, I know grocery stores have like sister stores. So, for example,
Right.
Kroger is kind of like Smith's. So if it's like
Gotcha.
there,
So
it's here
we
too.
have right. So Kroger's, we like Randall's, which is kind of like Safeway.
Okay.
We got an HEB as well out here. It's Texas. Yeah, that one is a Texas store, but it's big
Okay.
here. It's big. Um, but definitely, like Kroger, Safeway type of store,
Perfect.
Food Town. I'm not sure if you have like a Food Lion out there.
Mm-mm. No, we
No,
just have like Smiths. We have Smart and Final. We have Albertsons, Vons.
Albertsons as well. Right. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's my goal, to get into grocery stores. That way, it's getting moved from Houston to other states. Because once in the stores, like you said, the sister stores, they'll be able to get it as well,
Right.
right? So that's that's my goal, to get there. But it's coming. But
It's coming.
even before that, hiring first, because I definitely need a team to delegate those tasks to.
All right, let's see in the comments. We have somebody says that you look like Andre 3000. Somebody said they love sugar in their grits and salt. Somebody else said no sugar. Um,
Yeah, I think that no sugar, only only salt and pepper.
yeah, somebody said no to the syrup. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I put like a little bit of syrup in it. It just depends if I have like eggs and like bacon, just like a little bit. No, it was cool.
Gotcha, gotcha. It kind of all commingles.
Right. Anyway, right with some orange juice, it's all good. All righty. Well, thank you, Chef Michael, for taking your time out to meet with the Hustlers Talk podcast and to sit down and to do the icebreaker and answer some questions.
Oh, no
Um,
problem.
I'm super excited to be able to place some orders for this holiday season. I'm definitely going to tell other people too. I know some people down in Texas as well that I'm going to send your way to come and taste the cheesecakes.
So come on down.
Um, Yes, for the record, we're definitely gonna collab. So y'all be on the lookout for Unique Amour's cheesecake, okay?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Yeah, let's see what we can come up with.
Yes.
Yeah, because I need a new flavor. I need a new
Yes.
flavor.
I got you. I got you. Alrighty, everybody. Well, I want to say thank you, everybody, to tapping into the Hustlers Talk podcast. I'm here with your very own hustler, Skylar, also known as Unique Amore. Make sure you guys catch Certified Hustlers Club season 1 on Royal K Network, where you can find the OG doing her biggest one. Okay. Make sure you follow at Sweet Tooth Cheesecakes on Instagram. Make sure you follow the Hustlers podcast on Instagram, Certified Hustlers Club, the real Skylar Simone, Hall Star Studios. Okay. I
Definitely,
love you
definitely. You can
guys. Stay
also
up. Bye.